Okay, this is my audience, 5 members. Okay, my name is Caden Olbrich and I'll be doing my speech on gambling. I have a quick YouTube video to show y'all.
Just fucking deal!
So this is gonna be a quick glimpse of what it's like for people to win, how they react. Okay, so that was just a quick glimpse of what it's like to win something that you betted on, whatever it could be. Okay, so gambling has the chance to change an individual's life. Although it is easy for an individual to get addicted, there can be severe consequences such as financial problems, addiction, and family and friend relationships. So what is gambling? A lot of people may know what it is, but some people might not. Gambling is taking a risk action in the hope of a desired result. Many of you may have heard gambling through your self-experience, through family and friends, and maybe just your relatives. You grew up with them always going to bingo or betting on like football games, Facebook games, especially now during like quarantine. Like I see a lot of Facebook raffles, games that's been going on. A article wrote by the Recovery Village on February 25th, 2020 states that as many as 10 million Americans live with a gambling addiction. 21% of incarcerated individuals assessed it as having gambling addiction through that their gambling was problematic. So 10 million Americans, that's a lot of Americans that are dealing with this. Gambling addiction is an impulse disorder. A lot of people do it for the adrenaline rush. They like to bet on a certain amount of money and in hope that they would win a bigger amount. So you bet a little, win a little. It's just the adrenaline that gets you like really pumped that they like that. Telling yourself just one more time. A lot of people just say like, oh, I'll just bet $10 this last time and that's it. And it keeps on going to hundreds, 500s. It just keeps on going. You can keep a lot of people could bet whatever's on the table, whether it's their lives, their money, their family. Like if you have an addiction, you can't control it and you don't realize what you're betting on the table. So the first point was addiction, and now the second point is family relationships and friend relationships. Both can be damaged by arguing over the problem, the loss of money. Families can divorce and separate over this from the arguing, the loss of money, how will you provide for your children, your family. A lot of friends might get tired of loaning money, or friends and family might get tired of being there when you need someone to help you. You need money to be picked up from the spot that you're at. Just depends on the circumstance. An article wrote by Cam called Gambling Games and Technology Use Knowledge Exchange states that many partners do not want to be emotionally or physically close with the person who has hurt them. Many people affected by gambling problems avoid their people because they feel ashamed. This makes it hard to get love and support, and friendships might also end because of unpaid debts. So previously I talked about the addiction of gambling, the loss of friendships and family members, and now I will talk about financial risk. So an article wrote on February 25th, 2020 by the Recovery Village states that financial issues are often the first outward sign of gambling problem. When gambling becomes an issue, The problem gambler will spend even more money attempting and usually feeling like they'll win their money back, but it doesn't really happen. Taking this risk, you could lose all of your money in one day. That's crazy, because if you have a lot of money saved up and you just keep betting on the table, like, you have a higher chance of like losing. By not telling yourself to stop. That's a big one. You can't control it. You keep going. But by taking that risk of betting your money, you could also win a fortune by taking that risk. So it has its like either or. You could win or lose some, but yeah. So taking a chance with your money can be the worst thing in the world or the best thing. Being able to control the need to stop and to realize what's more important than money. So gambling is a serious addiction, and I feel like people should take it more seriously, because a lot of people do go into debt, get divorces with families, and a lot of other stuff. They go through addiction. It is an impulse disorder. It could lead to all those things, and if you could just prevent yourself from starting. When I was probably like about 4 years old, I went to bingo for the first time with my grandma and her my grandma and her mom, and it was fun. I won, and I think ever since then I've been like hooked on bingo. I try not to spend a lot, but I do win. I recently played in a raffle game, and I spent $50, and it was like $50 or like nothing, and I ended up winning $1,000. So it just depends, like. But I recommend don't start, because you could be getting into financial debt, losing your family or relationships, and addiction. So yeah, thank you.